We are doing a Costco run today.
Everyone.
Thank you. We are out of steak. That's the main reason why we came. Get some steak, beef, and we'll see what else we'll pick up today. Some bananas. You want to see what fruits Mama is getting for you? Let's see. Hello, blackberry. Okay. They make sure I'm all fat mold. Get some mushrooms. Oh, it looks like they got tomahawks here today. We can get a tomahawk here. $18 a pound. Put on the grill. Let's see. Let's find a nice one. You rarely see the tomahawk steaks here at Costco, so let's get one. Okay, this pack looks pretty good. Nice inner meat marbling. Decent size. It's 1 count. 3 pound. Nice. Yeah. All right, we're gonna pick up another pack of ribeye. This one looks amazing. Wow, look at how much marbling this one has. It's got a lot of fat too, but yeah, we can do this pack. This is ribeye, $20 a pound. Surprisingly, the tomahawk steak is even cheaper than this prime. The other one is also prime. Wow, look at how big the lobster tails are. This is like the size of our hand. It's big, right? Yes, $27 a pound. It's probably really tough too if it's like this big. We're gonna get a rack of beef back ribs. It's not really that meaty, but we'll try to find one that has as much meat as we can find, and we're gonna smoke it. Okay, all right, let's do this pack. Okay, let's get another pack of the pork spare ribs. Which one you want to do? Cheddar or? Okay, let's do this one. What's that? Eggplant. Oh, baba ganache. Oh, yeah, get it. Got a tasting of the prawn hot dogs. Oh, let's try it. Thank you. You like the baba? Yummy? Yeah. Got a thing of spindrift for Rena. We're gonna get the wild Argentinian red shrimp. It's pretty expensive here, yeah, but they started selling the jelly blocks, the ones that Spencer has.
But they got more.
They have more different varieties. They look so clean. Ours is like really dirty.
More shape.
Yeah, we pay like 20 bucks for it, right? Engine cart. You can work on an engine here. It's a cute little raccoon here and an owl. These are pretty cute. It's a baby, isn't it? What about this one? This is a little fox. Does a raccoon go on your head? Oh, this is a cool stitch. It's a puppet. Blah, 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 blah. And you can move his eyes and stuff, right? Spence, look. It's Stitch. Scary. It's a little scary. Yeah, a little scary, isn't it? The ramen set. The gift set. This is Shin ramen. What do we got? Garlic hot sauce, honey ginger, and wasabi soy sauce. It's got 2 cups. Pretty cool. We just got checked out and we're at the food court. Looks like they got a new item here at the food court. Combo calzone. I'm gonna try that, see how that is. And of course, we got vanilla ice cream, yeah? Yeah. All right, let's eat in the van. It's a yummy ice cream. All right, let's head back home. We just got back from Costco and there's a really big package waiting for us right here. I'm gonna get the old van parked and I'm gonna start working on the van. Today is day 37 of our DIY split through van build. I got so many packages just laying around. I didn't even get a chance to open any of these yet, which I will shortly. Okay. Today I'm gonna work on finishing up the fridge cabinet, at least putting the base shelf and then one of the shelves in the middle to get that structure in. And this is the calzone from Costco. This is only half of it. So big. See this? Let's try it out. It's pretty good. It's basically the Costco pizza with a bunch of filling inside. Not bad. It's got some sausages, pepperoni, mushroom, cheese, tomato, onion. Pretty good. All right, let's get building. Yesterday I already cut a piece of board that's going to be sitting on the bottom of the shelf. I am going to make another shelf here to sit the refrigerator, and I think just having two I'll be able to assemble it and make the fridge cabinet secure just with those. But I'm going to be adding more though, obviously, but let's start with those. But first I need to measure where I want the actual shelving to go, because we're going to be fitting a microwave up top here, and I want to maximize the space here, or minimize the space that is wasted by fitting the microwave exactly where it needs to be based on the dimension of the microwave that we have. Add a piece of board and then get the exact measurements of the refrigerator so that we don't waste any space in here. So let me measure it out, draw some lines so I know how deep of a cut of a board I need, because remember the back of this wall tapers down, so like the length of this is going to be different than the length of this. So I gotta get some measurements first. So the height of the microwave is 11.88. Then it's going to be a 3/4 inch board in between, and then the refrigerator height is 32.5. And then we will also have another board right underneath, which is going to be 3/4. So I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. I got the measurements in, one here, Let's cut some boards. I actually already cut a piece from yesterday that fits exactly the middle shelf there. So I am gonna see if this one fits good, and then make some pocket holes in it and get it installed. These two boards fit really good, so I'm gonna make some pocket holes on them, and we'll attach it to the frame. Now that I got the baseboard attached, I can install the next board, which is going to be this height right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the height here, cut 4 little strips of board, exact heights. So that's going to guide my board so that it's going to have a even height all across. Actually, I have 2 pieces of wood, a scrap wood, that is long enough to do the 26.5, which is what I'm going with. So I'll just make do with 2 pieces. This is where the refrigerator is gonna sit, and down here is gonna be pots and pans, we're thinking. This might be a little bit too big, so we might make a shelf here just to partition it. But up here, fridge, and then above here will be the microwave. It's pretty sturdy the way it is, but still a little wobbly. Of course, we're gonna still enforce up here. And yeah, this is almost done. I'm out of pocket screws, so I can't even make any more pocket holes and screw any more boards in. So I'll work on that another day. And I can't continue to assemble the pantry or the closet just yet because I mentioned in previous videos, a lot of things are dependent on another. So this wall, the depth of the closet wall is gonna be dependent on the bed, how long the bed is. We're trying to build it out so that it is gonna fit like 70 or 75. We haven't exactly decided yet, but it's gonna be dependent on that. And then the depth of the closet is gonna depend on the wire racks that we're gonna get for it. So I think it's like about 23 and a quarter or something. So we'll space it out. And then whatever is left is gonna be the pantry space. So we're kind of working forward and then from the back to the front. That's how the process is for building out a van for us anyway. Let's do a bit of unboxing. A lot of delivery from the last 2-3 days. A lot of these things are for the van. I think everything is for the van. And ranging from electrical components to wires to switches. I don't even remember what I got. To battery chargers. Okay, so this is the battery charger for the Milwaukee sander that I bought for my friends. So it's like Christmas. Okay, all right, a lot of electrical components. These are connector pieces for the 12 volts. The ones that need like a ring terminal to it. That's that. Some plastic pieces for connecting wires. Splicing. 10 gauge marine wire. This is for, I don't remember what this is for. 10 gauge, oh, this is for the DC to DC charger. So we still need to order that. It's gonna go up in the front. Furrow crimpers. There's a crimper set with a crimper tool in here. A lot of electrical items. More wires. This is 6 gauge, 10 feet. Yeah, this is also for the DC to DC charger. And then we got these clamps, wire connectors. They just snap on to each other without needing to use those connectors. And they easily come on and off. Just a different kind there. This one is, it's wires again. Okay, very heavy wires, yes. We got assorted nut sets, wing nuts. Oh, why do I have two of them? I thought I ordered only one. It's for the circular saw that I lost a nut for. I needed only one piece, but the only way I can order them on Amazon is a pack of 32, and it's 2 packs. I gotta double check on that. I don't think I ordered 2. But let's see. We got more wires. I think this is the 14 gauge wire for the lights. I needed some more. I ran out, so I still need to run a few more wires. Bought an extra roll of 100 feet. And this is also gonna be for the actuators, linear actuators for the tilting roof mount for the solar. Got a little label maker. Keep things organized. Label what all the wires are, like all those blue wires up there that I have. I want to label everything. So little mini labeler. It's like 20 bucks. There's this. This is LED lights. Pack of 4 LED lights. This is gonna go in the garage space. I'm gonna light them up using these, make it nice and bright. I'm also gonna put one right by the fresh water tank, and I'm gonna have a hole from the back that I can see. So when I'm filling up water, I can see how much water is inside the tank using lights. But I'm also going to have a water level gauge. That will be for the inside. There is also something else in here. USB ports. Oh, yeah. Little USB hubs that I'll put probably over here or something on both sides. And open it just like this. It's got one USB A and one USB C. It's got a little lid to it. Pretty cool. And then one last big box. This is not for the van. This is for Spencer. Rena ordered this. Elmo Hooray 3-in-1 potty. And it has flushing sounds. This is for his potty training. He doesn't really like to sit in his I guess, what do you call those? The ones that you put on top of a toilet. He doesn't want to sit on that, so we're gonna try out other strategies. And Rena ordered a cooling pad. I think it's gonna be for his car seat or something. You plug it in and it cools down the back side of it. Oh, got one more. A smart battery charger for our 48-volt system, because before we connect the batteries together, I need to make sure that they are at the same voltage before we can connect them. Otherwise, they will not last very long. So I got that charger, and this is falling apart a little bit. These are 12-volt fuse terminals. I'm gonna connect all those 12-volt stuff into here. I got two of them. Fuse blocks, they're called. 12-volt fuse blocks. And brackets for our aluminum extrusion. So we bought aluminum extrusion bars, which is going to be for making the bed frame. So these are pieces to connect them all together. So that's it. So I ended up not being able to do any more work after making the cabinet. I did some cleanup and we were just kind of hanging out outside with Spencer. But it is dinner time, so we're going to have to eat some dinner and we're going to call it a night. I know, I see your headphones. That's so cool, headphones. All right, let's go inside. Mama says ready. So that is it for today's video. I'm going to keep it a little bit on the shorter side. Tomorrow we're going to continue working on the van as always. Should be a pretty nice day as well. So if you guys want to keep watching our DIY Sprinter van build, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when the new videos come out. And if you enjoy watching this video, smash that like button so that can spread out to more people. We really appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.